Segment is sponsored by Uplift Families. The world is only now beginning to understand what is happening in the case of mental illness. Paul Peterson with Uplift Families is here to help us better understand OCD and anxiety. Paul, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, I appreciate being here today.
I had mentioned this before. This topic is really personal for me, and the first question I have for you is, what are some physical symptoms of anxiety and OCD? Because I know for me, when I felt some of those, I was like, what is happening to me?
Yes.
So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of different symptoms people can have. There's not just one specific, but you've probably heard the term fight, flight, or freeze,
yes,
right? And so you can have adrenaline rushing through your body, tingling hands, tingling around the face, this nervous feeling, stomach issues. I mean, it can be many different feelings.
And knowing that those are symptoms is really helpful, because sometimes people feel them and they think something is seriously wrong. What if people aren't sure if they have anxiety or OCD?
Yeah, well, the thing is that just even not being sure that they have anxiety can actually cause them anxiety.
Yes, that is very true.
But you know, how do you know? Are you feeling this worry, this concern that's happening throughout the day, and it's getting in the way of being able to live your life? Is it making you not participate in things you should be participating in?
You're just talking about this. I'm getting a little emotional. What point would you consider OCD and anxiety a problem?
Yeah, well, I think it's when you start missing opportunities of life. You know, that it's easier to not engage in a conversation, because that way I can make sure I'm not judged by somebody. You know, I'm not going places, because then I won't make the mistake, or I won't do that wrong thing. And that's where it is a problem. And also, if you're having it throughout the whole day, or, you know, and what's interesting is some people have a baseline, meaning they're always having anxiety, and that's a problem. Typically, you should just not have anxiety unless something actually is happening.
Yeah, and it's just, I love what you said there. If you're not living your life, there is treatment. What is the best treatment for these disorders?
Yeah, so the best treatment is, we call it exposure and response prevention, or exposures. And it is about facing fear. We want to reconnect how the neural pathways are in the brain, so that when things are triggering you, you will be triggered differently. You'll respond differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful. If you are watching this and you are feeling like you have anxiety or OCD, there is help. There is hope. How can someone get help?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of different things I can think of. One is that going to a therapist, and going to the right therapist, somebody who is specialized in anxiety and OCD, not just works with it, because a lot of people just work with it. Somebody who focuses on that, and I say at least 50% of their practice is that. And also, you know, there's different resources online, you know, like Uplift Families has a link in there for the for parents and families to get those additional resources. There
we go. Paul, I have loved having you in today to talk about such an important topic. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, so upliftfamilies.org is a great one, as well as, you know, there's the International OCD Foundation.org is also another great resource.
Perfect. Paul, thank you for coming in. It's such an important topic. We've loved having you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.